episode 98 of Comics and Us. I'm TJ.
And I'm Chris.
And I'm Lumpy.
And this is the review show that reviews comics chronologically, kind of. Alright, going into Detective Comics number 84. It was released February 1944. It was written by, that's a name, Mort Weissensinger. Weisinger? I don't know. Penciled by Ed Cressy and Dick Sprang. Inked and lettered by Dick Sprang. And edited by Jack Schiff and Bernie Breslauer? I don't know. A bunch of names I don't recognize.
Yeah, me too. That's weird.
I don't have any of those names.
That doesn't surprise me whatsoever. Yeah, that's it for the credits. Which one of you want to do the cover?
It's the Detective Comics cover, right? Yeah. Number 84. It says February, and it's spelled out 10 cents. It just says Feb with 3 dots, and it's actually spelled out 10 cents. And they don't care about Canada.
I've been thinking they did that for a while, actually.
Really? I just noticed it just now.
Yeah, the last one had that one. And that was just the last one. Okay. They started for this year, February, and 44.
See? I wasn't that far off. I was only one.
Yeah, but we haven't done a podcast in Detective Comics in like 6 months, so.
Yeah, it's been a while since we did Detective Comics. All right, so it says Detective Comics. It's got the Batman logo on the top, and it says a Superman publication. And then it says Batman and Robin, Artists in Justice Combat, Artists in Villany. And
Artists in Villany is, I believe, the name of the comic we're reading. Yes.
Okay. So what is Artists in Batman and Robin are the artists in Justice Combat. I got it.
Yes.
So then there's 2 guys, or 3 guys, 2 have guns in like a hallway shooting at dummies of Batman and Robin, and they got a scorecard on the wall, and it looks like they killed Robin more times than they killed Batman. At least the guy in the middle did. And Batman and Robin are coming through like a laundry chute maybe on the wall.
I thought it was just a window, but...
Yeah, it's probably a window knowing Batman and Robin.
They love windows, yeah. But the window's like in like a little hallway. It's weird. And there's holes in the wall, I guess, where they missed and started chipping away at the wall.
Yeah. This cover actually confused me because we covered a Detective Comics story where bad guys were shooting dummies at Batman and Robin, and I thought we had covered this one, but we hadn't. So I was like, kept going back and forth trying to figure out if we had covered this one or not.
So it's funny, when I first looked at this cover, I almost texted you guys and was like, I think we did this one. And I was like, you know what, let me read a little bit and see. And I'm like, oh no, we didn't cover this. But I thought the same thing from the cover. I'm like, something's up because we did something like this before, but it's not. We didn't cover this.
No, we didn't.
So
all right.
Are you guys reading an original?
I am.
So mine is like remastered.
Okay.
And I don't know if you guys have like, so like
before
my
you
dummies.
Before you continue on,
yes,
I just heard some cat hiss. Is something dying over there?
No, I heard a bobcat. It was like,
I was trying to continue straight through that, DJ.
Well, see, here's the thing. If we just continue straight through it, I would have to take it out. But now that I mentioned it, so I don't have to. I can just leave it in.
I thought I was able to talk over it to keep going.
They're leftovers from Lumpy's Thundercats podcast.
Dude, they're brutal. They're all surrounding me tonight. Like, they're all looking at me right now. One of them was
because you haven't hung out with them in a while. That's why.
They just want to bother me. I can't. There's nothing I can do. There's nothing. So everybody, say hello to my cats.
Are they fighting?
Nah, they were, but they do that to each other. They just hiss and they run away from each other. And
sounded very angry.
Yes. Anyway, so mine, that you can see like the straw coming out of Batman.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't know if you guys could see that on yours.
I can
it just
see
kind of
it,
looks really neat, scarecrowish. Like
I can see it, but it doesn't look like straw.
I can see it too, but I didn't think it was straw. I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was like dirt or something.
Actually, now that you say it, I can see the stitches on their legs of the dummies.
Now that you say it, yeah.
Right.
I had seen your cover, and then I saw my cover, and I was like, oh, I gotta talk about it, because it's really interesting the way that when they like digitized it for the app, they cleaned it up a lot.
Well, this actually...
Alright, let me go deal with them.
This actual comic, we get a lot of like weird hairs and stuff in the copy of it too, TJ.
We get a lot of weird hairs. What do you mean?
Like I see, there's a couple of panels where like there was like something on it when they copied it.
Oh, in the actual comic?
Yeah, on the page itself, it looks like, I can't find it right now, but I'll point it out when we get to it. But it looks like somebody's like, there's like a hair stuck to the comic, and they just copied it anyway with it on there.
Yeah, I mean the scanned copy for the original is very scratchy anyway. So
right. There's a lot of yellowing going on the pages too. It must have been an old copy of it.
It is. You can tell by like the first cover how there's like the edges are like stiff faded and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Also, so between the two, you guys have Batman in like a gray suit with I'm going to assume that like the original colors, he's like got like a black cow or like a dark blue cow. And in the newer one, his suit is a very dark gray with that like light blue cowl and boots and gloves.
Like the TV series kind
Like the colors are the colors are totally different in mine to yours.
Oh wow.
All right, that it for the cover?
Yes.
Moving on. Before we continue on though, I got books for your Christmas list.
Yeah, I saw that.
So, for boys and girls under 12, you can read Chico and the Andes, Green Wagons, Tramp the Sheepdog, or Old Blue the Cow Pony. Yeah. And for older boys and girls, you got Swing Shift, The Pledge of Pyong, Keystone Kids, The Great Caesar's Ghost, Superman there, Dog of War. So, I don't know. I just thought it was interesting. These are old 40s books that I guess were popular at the time. Huh?
Right. Kids should be. They thought maybe kids would like to read.
So, there is no Superman secret code. Thank God.
Man. Man, that's the best part.
But on the side of it like lists their monthly magazines and stuff.
Yeah.
And if you see it, the last one says Picture Stories from the Bible and has a star next to it. Yeah. So I was like, what's that star about? So I read the star thing, and it says, because the War Production Board has ordered a reduction in the use of paper, more fun and adventures will be published bi-monthly. So,
actually, is it this comic that there's like a Batman thing right after the comic itself about saving paper?
I think there is, yeah. I think there's a PSA.
I think it is this comic, yeah.
Yeah, no, wait, hold on. No, it's the next one.
It's the next one. I know I read a PSA about saving paper with Batman and Robin in it.
Yeah, that's the next one. But yeah, so there's a big paper shortage during the wartime in 1944, so...
That must suck for comic book producers.
Yeah.
Like, oh crap, what are we going to do? It's not like they can put it online.
Exactly.
I'd say, why don't they just do a digital publication? I mean...
Yeah. Give a sense
of short on paper. Yeah. I don't know why they wouldn't do that.
Alright. Moving on. Lumpy, do the non-canon splash page. The most non-canon splash page we've ever had.
What? It is canon. He doesn't turn into an octopus?
Okay, so my picture is very clear here. You have the normal Batman. It's Batman's head with big black wings. It says Batman with Robin. Then you have the paragraph that tells you the whole comic, so you don't have to read it.
True.
The guy's head is like, I don't know, it's a big roundish head. He's got kind of pointy ears and glasses and a little white mustache and giant purple octopus legs coming right off the bottom of his head.
Okay, we got brown octopus legs.
Yeah, that's why I described the colors so you kind of could see. Like, so my background is like orangey and pink.
Okay.
And in each of the octopus's arms is gangsters, all with guns shooting all over the place. And then you have Batman and Robin running up the hill to, like, catch them.
Yep.
It looks like a city skyline that they're, like, shooting towards, but...
I think it's metaphorical, I guess.
Yeah, pretty much.
What the
I do see the city,
is.
though, in the background there.
Yeah, in mine, like, you can almost see it's 4 different cities.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Don't give anything away.
He's got his tentacles around each of these things in different places.
Exactly.
So we open up with a car chase where a bunch of guys are shooting at the cops. And, of course, Bruce and Dick are just happen to drive by and see this happening. The criminals swerve out of the way and crash to a sign, but they escape on a... What's the exact word they use for it? Because it's not a helicopter.
They use gyroscope.
There
Gyroscope.
you go.
Yeah.
Or no, they use an auto gyroscope.
An auto gyro. That's what they call it. They use an auto gyro to get away because it's not a helicopter.
I couldn't figure out what happened there. I knew they drove through the sign, and then I thought that was the Batcopter there. And I'm like, what happened here?
No.
But
they drove to the sign and they got away, yeah. So Bruce got out, he's talking to cops, he's like, what happened? And it's like, they just robbed a bank. And then I guess they got away on their auto gyro.
Did you guys see in the first panel the ad for soap?
Oh, I see it, yeah.
It's a lady like in a bathtub.
Oh, yeah.
I just thought it was a really cool ad in the background for like a, like a street sign, I guess is what it was, but I thought it was a cool ad.
For some reason, I thought that was like a store or something.
Well, I'm assuming it's an ad because it looks exactly like the thing that they drive
through. Yeah, now that you say it, because they swerve to get out of Bruce and Dick's way, but at first I thought it was your cat wants to add something.
She's sitting like 2 inches from my microphone and cleaning herself. And every once in a while, she literally just looks up and meows like that.
Maybe she's really talking to us. Maybe she read this comic.
All right. Anyway, Bruce and Dick drive home and they get in their bat plane and they follow the auto gyro to over wild hilly country and stuff, and so they land away. They see where they land, and they land away from them, and
then you stop.
I just realized something.
What?
They're in their bat plane. How did they get their car there?
Yeah. They said something about it, didn't they?
I don't think so.
Later on, this kind of happens again, but I didn't catch it right here until you just said it. I caught it later on, but I didn't catch it right here. But yes, they left, they got in their bat plane, flew the bat plane to get in their car.
Okay, so they followed the auto driver to the place, and they must have flown back to get their car. Okay.
Yeah, because it says later.
Yeah, that's had to have been what happened, but that doesn't really explain that.
No,
so that's why I was a little confused. Anyway, they drive the car to, I guess it's supposed to be like a sporting club, right? That's what it's.
Yeah, like a hunter's club or something, right? Yeah, it says sporting club, Happy Valley Gentlemen's Sporting Club.
And hold on. So yeah, they drive up. And Bruce and Dick are like, hey, we got lost. And then the most obvious bad guys ever are telling them to get lost instead of just giving them directions, and
Yeah.
Well, and they tell them to get out of here. Don't come back.
Yeah.
I'm sure they talked like, turn around, see, or we're going to take you out ourselves, see? That's how they talked, because that's exactly how they look. They look like Dick Tracy villains or something.
They literally drew them exactly the way you just said that. Like,
that's how they look like.
I'm sorry, I'm actually looking something up.
Thank God T-Day edits these podcasts.
All right.
Don't come back.
All right, so they tell them to go away and not to come back, and so they drive away, and then they come back later as Batman and Robin.
But they were told not to. They don't listen.
Yeah, but Bruce
and Dick
didn't. They didn't. Batman and Robin came back.
But we know it's not. We know it's Bruce and Dick.
Yo, don't say that.
I think they might even have said it in the beginning of this comic. Let's see. He says something about Bruce.
They definitely said it.
Deliberately for Bruce Wayne and his young ward Dick. Grayson and Dick Grayson are in reality the Batman and Robin. Says it right there in the beginning.
You're giving away secrets.
They gave it right to us in the beginning.
Anyway, they swing over the electric fence and they're kind of just staking out at this point. And for some reason, they get on the roof and they look in through the roof window. Lump, on your version, is Batman bleeding?
Where?
When they're laying looking in the window?
Yeah.
No.
Our version looks like he's either bloody or he put camo face paint on.
Like it's a red mark down the side of his face.
I see it. I have both up so I can look at them, like compare them. And, I see the blood on his cheek. But no, in mine it is not like that at all. So mine, it's green grass, and the two of them are just peeking down in a window. I mean, it looks pretty similar, but it's just
Why
mine's
is there a
lot
window
clearer.
in the side of like a hill? Is it like a green? Is it like a grass lawn?
It's a bunker.
Oh, it's a
It's
bunker.
like it's an underground bunker
Yeah.
where they have a shooting range.
So yeah, inside these guys do have a shooting range, but they're dummies of police officers, not Batman and Robin. So that was false advertisement.
Yeah, that was non-canon. What was the word you used today, TJ, when I was talking to you?
Canonical.
That was non-canonical. I said TJ made up that word, and I looked it up, and you know what it said in the dictionary? TJ made up that word.
Okay.
That was a literal argument we had while we were waiting for Lumpy to show up.
Canonical.
Like, you made that word up. That's not a real word. Sorry.
I never heard that one. I have to say, I never heard that word.
Yeah, canonical. I really did look it up because I thought he was making up shit. That's what I thought he was doing.
All right. Are you both there?
Yeah, go for it.
Yes.
Like a buzz happened. I wasn't sure if I lost one here or not.
There's
Anyway.
an air raid siren.
So there's a shooting range, and then there's another area where people are practicing breaking into safes. Batman and Robin run over to what looks like a silo, but is it inside? I guess it's inside the silo this is happening. That inside there are guys climbing up the side of the building using different techniques to climb up. So essentially this is a training ground for criminals, which is what gets revealed to us as we're introduced to the guy in charge. I don't know what his name is.
Yeah,
I don't know if they ever say a name.
No, there's a simple way to find out. Let's go under antagonist on the list that Uncle Chris is supposed to have up that he probably doesn't.
I have. I didn't look at it yet, though.
Step key.
His name
Ivan
is
Kraft.
Trigger.
Ivan Kraft.
Oh, okay. I seen another name, Trigger Step Key, but he's the guy paying for stuff.
No, Ivan Kraft is the mastermind behind this.
Yeah.
And he's training all these criminals, and he's hiring them out to, I guess, other criminals?
He's a staffing agent.
Yeah, well, why don't they just do the jobs themselves then if they're going to go out there and do the job?
I don't know. It kind of reminds me of in the Harley Quinn cartoon where they have an agency that hires out goons to supervillains.
Yeah, that's basically what this is.
So, yeah, because he says, this Ivan Kraft, that this guy wants a payroll truck job, and he's charging him like $20,000 for all of the guys he's has. So he's got this all. So yeah, he says that, and he brings the guys in and says, "Go do the job," and they're like, "Yeah, okay." Meanwhile, Batman and Robin are listening outside of the window. I guess they're listening to that conversation. Yeah,
I think so. But is it like a window inside a building?
I don't know.
I can't tell.
This is where
No, they're outside because they run away.
Yeah, so they're like listening in, and then I guess a spotlight catches them, causing them to run away, and they run away and climb a tree. No one bothers to look up the tree to see if they're there.
Well, why would they go up a tree? Everybody's like, no, they're not. Don't look in the tree. They wouldn't go in a tree. They're a bat and a Robin. Why would they be sitting in a tree?
So Batman is like, all right, Robin, I got a plan. You stay here and keep yourself in danger, possibly get hunted down by these guys while I leave.
Yeah, I'm going to go home now. You just stay here and do nothing.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. Like, okay.
Okay. So he goes down and gets everyone's attentions. He's like, beats them up, and he runs away. And as he's running away, one of the guys chasing him trips into the electric fence.
And
this was my question. He gets fried. Is this guy dead?
I think so. I think he's dead.
Yeah, I mean, they say it's a high-tension current, so I'm going to assume...
Well, it said...
In the beginning, it
said
says,
on the
danger, 10,000 volts, it says.
Right,
Yeah.
and that's what I was looking up.
Yeah.
If 10,000 volts can kill you.
I would think so. That guy lights up like a light bulb.
I think the blinding explosion of blue flame is what killed him.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And like everything I say, it says it's possible to survive, but it is really dangerous, so we're going to go with dead.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah,
Batman
go
killed
dead.
him, but I think he's...
What do you mean he didn't kill him?
He didn't push him into the fence. The guy fell into the fence on his own.
Batman knocked the guy down, causing him to trip into the fence.
He knocked the first guy down, and then the second guy tripped.
if you look at the scene where he's pushing, that's the guy on the right that's fallen into the fence.
Okay, Batman killed him. I do say
I mean, listen, if it went to court It wouldn't be murder.
It would
Yes,
be.
it is, because
He does shove
I
him
don't-
into
I
the
don't
fence.
think so.
kinda.
he shoved him into the fence.
He's trying to get away. Everybody's in a
Yeah, he's
scuffle. Guy
trespassing.
falls.
He's trespassing. They won't let him go with that. He'd be charged with murder.
You're just trying to get a kill count here.
It might be a third-degree murder, or first... I think it's...
Involuntary
lower.
manslaughter.
No, that was definitely voluntary.
Yeah, but did he push him into the fence on purpose? We need a judgment on if he pushed him into the fence on purpose. Like, did he think, oh, there's a
I'm
fence?
just telling you. I'm just saying Batman has shot a person in his sleep.
True.
Did
That is true.
he know? Did he know that the fence was electrified?
What? Yes, he did, because they purposely swung over the fence.
And plus, when we drive through, the sign is very out in the open. It says danger 10,000 volts. So
Well, I can tell you this: Batman does not.
no, and he goes over on a tree. So yeah, he definitely
goes
knew that
over
fence
it,
was
so.
electrified. Yes,
All right.
but he left Robin there, and like, is he sure Robin knows the fence is electrified? Because I'm not positive he does.
Well,
He doesn't care. He leaves Robin there.
You know, he leaves him there and never
care
thinks about him
about that.
again. He never even thinks about him.
No, he does not. Not until he has to return.
Right.
Like, days later, basically.
It seems like days later. There's a lot of crap going on before
In
that
the
happens.
comic, it seems like it's days later.
Yeah.
well, I'm counting it. That is 51 deaths for Batman.
We're not going to get too many more kills. We'll let you have it because there's not going to be that many more once we get into the.
Yeah, there really won't be.
Yeah, at least not for a while.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Batman kills another man, and then I guess jumps back up into a tree and swings over the fence.
Hey, he I forget what it's called. He grabbed the top of the tree and swung over.
Yeah, the catapult.
Yeah, like a catapult almost.
And then he steals a car. I don't know where he found a car.
He borrowed it. It says borrowed.
Okay, he stole a car. So that's like 4 crimes he's committed in like 15 minutes. And then I guess he goes home to his Batplane.
Yeah, he leaves Robin there.
Wherever this bat plane
back
was.
home. Because he needs a plane to get back there, so it's far.
And then he's flying, and then is that the auto gyro shows up?
Yeah. And he hasn't mentioned Robin yet, just so you know.
Yeah, well, he's flying and he gets into an air battle with the auto gyro. He crashes into like the propellers of the gyro. I don't know how the Batplane's still going, but
He uses his landing gear.
oh, is that what happened?
Yeah, he lowers the landing gear
Okay,
so that he can clip the wing with his landing gear.
Huh?
so
Now he can't land.
the landing, the landing gear is damaged.
He's an ace pilot. He doesn't need it.
Okay. Anyway, meanwhile, while Batman's crashing auto gyros, Robin's just hanging up in the tree,
Yeah.
and he gets bored, so he goes down and breaks into the office where he is hoping to find like
A phone.
phone to call the state police, and when he gets in there, a guy's just there. He did not even look to the right or left, I guess,
No.
because there's just a guy there. Robin punches him, beats him up, and then he's tackled by like 4 of them, and then he's captured yet again.
Yes.
And then Batman shows up later. I don't know, it looks daytime out now, so the next day, maybe?
Yeah,
That's why I said it's like days later.
And finally, he hops the fence and says, I hope Robin's safe. After he's over the fence. Well, I guess we're going to find out, huh, Batman? Like, you give a crap.
Yeah, and just point out, he jumps over the electrified fence again.
He does.
So,
And
And
amazingly,
barbed wire.
2 guys catch him, and they have sticks, and they don't knock him out.
One even looks like he hits him in the back of the head.
I thought he did, and I'm like, oh, knockout. No, definitely not. They just tie him up.
nope, they pull a gun on him, and then now they have both Batman and Robin captured. Then there's a lot of word balloons here as I talk.
Yeah, they have a big conversation. And the guy, when he turns sideways, looks completely different than when he's face forward.
He looks like he looks like when he in this one panel where Batman's got his arm tied behind his back.
Yeah.
He looks like a fat Commissioner Gordon.
Yeah, he kind of does, but then he looks like a rat with like big pointy ears in the one where he's turned the opposite direction.
Yeah, it looks like he's turning into a rat.
Yeah, it's weird.
Anyway, he's like, "Hey, Batman, you want to join my side? You could help. We could rule this place together." And Batman's like, "Nah, I'm good." and he's like, "Well, if you don't help me, you don't know what's going to happen to Robin." And then Batman's like, Okay, I'll wait here until Robin decides to escape.
Yeah.
Because they left one guy.
The guy he beat up earlier. Robin. The same guy he beat up earlier. Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, the guy's like the accountant. He's not even like one of the goons or nothing. He's like
he's all
the accountant guy.
Yeah.
I mean, so Robin, he jumps from the chair because I guess he's not tied to the chair. He's just tied up and jumps into the guy and then gets punched in the face for it. And then Robin kicks him in the stomach and manages to untie himself. Then he goes after Batman. And then he's sneaking into the window and Batman's, hey, look, Robin's here, so now I don't have to pretend to talk to you guys anymore. And he starts attacking while he's tied up until he gets himself free, and then he spins. I don't know what the hell that thing is.
Oh, it's a dummy, yeah.
It's one of the dummies.
It's a dummy?
On yours, it's really hard to see.
It looks like an Egyptian sarcophagus or something on ours.
It looks like a sarcophagus. I was like, I don't know what that is, but...
Yeah, it was one of the cop dummies that they were shooting.
Oh, okay. He spins that around and knocks a bunch of guys down. Batman punches their leader in the face, and then they escape outside. They run away for a bit, and then they come to a gym, I guess? Because I guess there's just a gym here now. So they swing her. Good.
Isn't that the place where they were climbing up the building? The gym?
No. They do. Yeah, they're in a gym first, and then they go to the building.
Oh, I thought that was all the same room.
No, they go into a gym and they load up on dumbbells and then go.
So they carry them around with them like they climb up the building with dumbbells on their.
So you can't see it in yours, but in mine, Batman has actually loaded up dumbbells in his belt.
Oh. Yeah, no, I don't see that at all.
Like, it's actually kind of cool in mine, and I'll send it to you guys, but
he does say, as I stock up on ammunition, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, well, they swing around, they're beating up a few guys, and then Batman stocks up on dumbbells, and then they go back to where they were training, the guys were training to climb the buildings, and they climb up the buildings, get to the roof, and then they start dropping dumbbells on top of the guys trying to climb up after them.
Dumbbells for dumbbells.
Yep.
But now they're trapped, and Batman's like, okay, so Batman's like,
going off. I think it's Lumpy sending us messages.
Yeah, it's me sending you the dumbbells.
But yeah,
oh, I see them. Yeah. Wow, he's got a lot of them too. That must have been hard to climb up.
As I said, it looked kind of cool the way he stuffed them into his belt.
So now they're kind of trapped up there, and then Batman decides to go into his utility belt. And I guess he has different kinds of chemicals in there that he mixes together.
Yes, chemical vials. Yes.
Because
we know this.
He mixes them together and throws it down and makes an explosion down below, scaring the guys. And then I think he runs out. That was all he had. So he bluffs.
Yeah.
He bluffs and said, surrender or I'm going to blow you up. And so they all surrender.
Yeah, he didn't have any more. But he said, let's see if I can bluff him. Yeah, I guess he only had those two chemicals or something.
And so Batman and Robin go home, and at home, Bruce is reading the newspaper that says Batman smashes Underworld Employment Agency. The end.
Dick was also reading that over Batman's shoulder, very uncomfortably close to him.
Oh.
Do you see it?
Well, we know what the relationship is. Well, what Robin wants this relationship to be.
So where were we?
Yeah, so
I haven't done this in a while.
This one,
so. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. You can do the list. Go ahead.
Okay. Appearing in Batman Artists and Villany. Featured characters, Batman. Supporting characters, Robin. Antagonists, Ivan Kraft. Other characters, the Gotham City Police Department? I don't know. Location, this whole thing was in Gotham City. I thought they left Gotham City. Then it says items, utility belt, and bat rope. And then vehicles, the Batplane.
Yeah, so, I mean, overall, it was okay.
Yeah.
I mean, but it wasn't anything impressive.
No, it was.
So I enjoyed this
yeah.
again. When I read it, I actually really enjoyed it. When we covered it, I didn't enjoy it as much as I did when I read it. Like, when we pick this apart, I swear sometimes we ruin the good ones.
We do ruin it sometimes.
Oh man, because I actually thought it was a good read. I enjoyed this.
I like the ones that are an easy read, and this one was an easy read, and it made the story made sense. And I liked the all the props, like the climbing up the building and stuff like that. Batman was better than them guys who've been training there for months and months and stuff. I thought it was cool.
Yeah, I thought that was cool. I liked the dumbbell part. There was some really cool elements in it. I thought was cool. So.
Yeah, like I said, it wasn't bad. It was just, we're who we are. So
That's it.
go ahead. I thought you were going to have something there, but apparently not. Okay.
So
yeah,
that's it, right?
I don't know. Are we done?
I don't know.
Waiting on you.
Yep. Okay. I guess we're done.
Do you know what they called?
Go ahead, Uncle Chris.
You know what they called Batman when he was a little kid?
What?
Little Wayne. Like the rapper. That's a good one. Come on, that's funny, right?
Yeah, easy.
Just so everyone's aware, he's found a whole new list of Batman
119
jokes.
more Batman jokes. Get ready.
Because I'm gonna throw this out here right now. I just edited like episode 62. And at the end of that, you literally using the animal penguin jokes and throwing Batman villain penguin in it because you were out of jokes.
I think once I said, "Why did Batman cross the road?" I was just throwing Batman's name in there for a while. But we got a fresh list. We're ready to go.
All right, we're done. Bye.
Bye.